Namaste, angels. This is the weekly love reading for the period of Sunday, August 2nd through Saturday to come, August 8th. Of course, that will be 8822. So that's like the day that we really focus on, I guess, and celebrate as representative of the Lionsgate, right? 88. I don't think I talked about the Lionsgate in the general reading again. Well, I've been talking about it for weeks, right? Leading into this. So it's we're finally really in it right now. And again, that's the day that will culminate, that people will really focus on. And I think the fact that the year is 2-2. I mean, of course, 2s are about partnership, faith, duality. So I think that energy will really help. Plus, this week we also enter on the 4th, Venus in Cancer. Cancer is really, although Venus doesn't rule Cancer, the moon does. That's like her most loving placement, you know. So that's going to be really special. And there was something else. Oh, Mercury on the 4th enters Leo. And that's a really good place for Mercury to be in terms of communication and people finally having the strength, the guts, the balls even, you may want to say, to, you know, say what they've been wanting to say, what's been in their heart to say, and their soul to say, that they just couldn't get up the strength. They were just too afraid or prideful or whatever it was in the past, but now they're finally able to see it. And then on top of all of that, on the 6th, it is Soulmate Day in Hebrew or Jewish tradition, going all the way back to King Solomon. He first made a venue, like pretty much literally. He had people out to his house to dance and party. And the women would sort of do a dance that would be attractive to a potential mate to, you know, draw him in and see if they hit it off or not. And if so, they, you know, go tie the knot or something and be happily ever after. I just think it's really cool that the Soulmate Day is falling into this period when we have all this other positive relationship energy. So I say all that, and then you're probably looking at these cards going, well, they don't look so good for love. And I don't necessarily disagree, with the exception of the King of Wands. But based on the general reading, I'm probably going to pull a couple of other cards because I don't think these are to be taken as at face value, to be honest with you. All right, let's get started with the reading by looking at the dice first. We're beginning with it's 50-50. Stay in bed. It's 50-50, of course, can be about partnership, give and take, the need to be able to both give and receive, balance, all of these things that are requirements for healthy relationships. Spirit says, buy shoes. They said that during the general too. Massage. And forget it. Could be about letting something go. All right, so going to the cards, our overall energy is the 6 of Pentacles in reverse. And that could definitely be tied to the it's 50-50, because what it means is, like, sometimes we feel like we're open to love, we're receptive, we're giving, we're receiving, and we're really not. We're closed off. And it doesn't have to apply to love. Like, that kind of energy can really be anywhere. Like, sometimes people think, you know, like, I've been listening, and you're like, no, you're not. No, you haven't. You know, oh, I've been participating. No, you've been blowing it off. And so it's like that sort of thing. And we just really need to, like, open up. If you're in a committed relationship and it's not going, you know, great or as you would want it, you may want to try giving more instead of expecting more to be given to you. Or the other way around. If you feel like you're always, well, again, it's not really what you feel necessarily, but sometimes we're always giving. A lot of us have the most difficulty receiving. So maybe try to be better at that. All right, so that's our overall energy. And then moving on specifically to the fire signs, your card is the King of Wands in reverse. And in the general reading, I did see, particularly on the feminine side, possibly some fire on fire action. So this could be like one fire sign's energy, connected to another fire sign, especially Aries and Sagittarius. That was a matchup, with the Emperor having shown up, and the Emperor represents the planet Mars, which rules the signs of Aries and Scorpio in part. And then we had plenty of Kings of Wands and Knights of Wands that showed up in that reading. So that's from where I got that. That definitely could still be the case here, especially that Aries energy or that Emperor energy, because this card, although it's in reverse, is still a really good omen in terms of love. And it can mean that you're attracted to like an older man who's still got it. I mean, and that might be the Sagittarius energy too. Like they're still kind of youthful and energetic and like to have a good time, kind, warm, generous, just really a good person. And like this is somebody that like wants to give and stuff, but they may be, again, somewhat closed off, and that is connecting us back to our overall energy here. They may need to talk something through, or you may need to talk something through. Like, again, although it's a positive omen, the fact that these two are both in reverse, like there's something that's not exactly right. And this person may need some time to think on like what they want or need in the relationship, where they want the relationship to go, how they want the relationship to go. I'm just getting some like uncertainty. They're not sure, and they probably need you to be patient with them. Again, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. Next up is the earth signs, and in the general reading, in this same placement for the earth signs was the Tower, although it was upright in the general. Now it's in reverse. And I guess in terms of love, that's better. If the Tower is going to be like a straightforward kind of card, and if we're going to read it that way. But basically what it means is that there might be some cause for concern in a relationship, and I'm going to bring us back to our overall energy. Like, this is the cause for concern. Are we giving enough? Are we receiving enough? Are we able to do both in balance? Because we need to be able to. Love needs us to be able to. Love needs to be able to pass both ways to be healthy. So like, are we able to do all that? If we're not doing all that, if we're closed off at all, if we're not communicating, then that may be why you guys have the Tower in reverse, because something may come to a head where you finally are sort of forced to, and you got to face some of these things that you've been, sweeping under the rug or something. Communication is definitely necessary, and on its own too, but especially because of the Six of Pentacles in reverse is our overall energy. Like, don't be trying to change your partner. If you feel something needs to be changed, like, see what else maybe you could be doing to, help to further the relationship or keep it on track or get it back on track or whatever. Moving on to the air signs, Gemini, Libra, Aquarius. I do that every single time, and I'm an air sign myself. It doesn't make any sense why I get stuck. But the Five of Pentacles isn't necessarily the most exciting card as it relates to love. It can be exactly what it looks like. It's like somebody feeling like they've been left out in the cold, abandoned, deserted maybe. It can also be about a fear of those things happening. Like that hasn't happened, but you have fear of abandonment. You have fear of commitment. You have mommy issues. You have daddy issues. And maybe a fear of rejection also. And if you're in a relationship with somebody, you could also be feeling like they're not necessarily treating you right and or with respect. And of course, if that's happening, then that's something that needs to be dealt with, as that's not okay. It may be necessary to stop like fantasizing about relationship and face more the reality of what you're dealing with. If you're not partnered and not in a relationship, then it's a good time for you actually to get out and mingle and possibly meet somebody. And that takes us to the water signs and this Ten of Swords, which of course looks horrible. And it's definitely not a good omen as it relates to love in the tarot. Something clearly isn't right about the relationship, and there may have been betrayal. But like I was saying in the beginning of the reading, I'm not sure if it's the partner that has betrayed the other partner, or I mean, I guess they would have to at least in part they would have to be a party at least. You know how sometimes other people are in the mix and that messes up a relationship or causes some sort of conflict or falling out, arguments, something that someone else does. I don't know what I'm getting. Let me, well, I wanted to do Gemini. I wanted to do the air signs too. So let's do this. I'll take, okay, that's our energy. I was going to say, I didn't finish my sentence. I was going to say, I'll take the next card. I was sort of thinking as I was talking, but I went ahead and pulled it. And funny enough, it is our energy. And this can mean that there may be some sort of like mild conflict that's maybe causing us to feel this way. And this is another card similar to the Five of Pentacles that talks about being treated with respect and stuff. The Page of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. So this is actually our energy here. And now I have it teamed up with the Five of Pentacles, although you can't see the five anymore. Maybe I'll do this. Oh, forget it. Just forget it. Those two are together. And then for the Ten of Swords, for the water signs. Oh. Queen of Wands in reverse. This is interesting too. Now we got the King of Wands on one end and the Queen of Wands on another. But the Queen of Wands in reverse could mean that there is an older woman, possibly, of course, an older fire sign. Aries, Leo, Sagittarius. If it's not a fire sign, just a very, an older and very like confident and commanding woman, that she may be somehow involved in your relationship in a way that's not helpful, especially in consideration of the Ten of Swords. She may be who somehow betrayed you. Like maybe it's like a mother-in-law, right? Or it's your love interests, if you're not actually partnered, like married or whatever, your love interest's mother. And they pretended to like you or something, but they betrayed you, or they, because it was all fake, or they introduced your mate to another man or another woman, to take them away from you. And so that was like a betrayal. Something is funky. I don't feel like it's wholly the mate themselves. But again, the mate would bear some responsibility there too. Let's see what else we can find out with the other cards. How about that? I'll take these away. And go to these. So we're starting with the Three of Earth, Three of Pentacles, the power of creativity, recognition for very high quality work, be a team player. This could, of course, involve some sort of party of three, not necessarily a love triangle, but that is a possibility. But more importantly, especially with the Ace of Pentacles also immediately behind it, The Three of Earth is Pentacles is about abundance that is earned. So you are got to receive some sort of abundance because you are deserving of it. You are worthy of it. Something's about to go right. So now with that energy is turning around to the more positive again, right? Again, like I said, that right behind it is the Ace of Pentacles, the inflow of abundance, a promising business venture, important documents or contracts. This could also be tied to relationship. Immediately behind that, another card that can be tied to relationship, and it's even a 2. Renewal or judgment, which represents the planet Pluto and the sign of Scorpio. It's time to get clarity about your life purpose, to make changes so that you can be on the path most divinely suited to you. Forgive what has been without judgment. So it's guiding us to let some stuff go, even about ourselves, like not even self-judging, like feeling, harboring negative emotions of like guilt and ego or pride or fear or blame. You know, that's even letting all those things go. Fearlessly embrace what's to come instead. Major Arcana card, Judgment. In terms of relationships, can mean that we're coming to some sort of crossroad and we need to decide, like, where do we go from here, if anywhere. It's also a card that's about second chances. So as it relates to love, maybe second chances in love. You thought that you'd been married already. You thought that was your one chance. Here comes some other opportunity, a new soulmate, a new chance at love. Or you tried with one person before, it didn't work out before with them, but they've returned to your life and you're trying again with them. So it's a second chance with the same person. All of these are possibilities. And there's also a potential party of 3 involved in that, right? With there's 3 raccoons in the picture. And maybe that's why it allows for a new beginning, but one on the heels of difficulty, or even a new beginning that involves some difficulty to it. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. Of course, 2 or more aces in the same little batch or spread is really awesome. Now coming to the Major Arcana card 2, the High Priestess. Represents Gemini energy, or it can be that of water signs, sometimes Pisces, Cancer, Scorpio. Listen to your intuition. Have patience and consider carefully what you want before acting. And lastly, the King of Fire, King of Wands. He is motivational, idealistic, ambitious, and charismatic. Focus, focus, focus. Communicate with vision and be a leader. Take advice from someone creative. He, again, is an Aries, Leo, or Sagittarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes, and maybe dealing with another fire sign. Oh, maybe that's what that was for somebody. Maybe fire, and water combination. That's why we had the King of Fire in reverse here, the Queen of Fire in reverse here, in the placement of the water signs. Maybe 2 fire signs and a water sign, some sort of party of 3 that went left. And that may be like, I'm not saying that the water signs are going to experience that this week, because I don't feel like they are. That may be what's causing them to behave 6 of Pentacles in reverses, right? They're afraid to give, or they're afraid to open up and to be completely vulnerable because they've been betrayed. And then seeing Judgment, again, second times around, that it could be like the same person that's coming back into their life. And they're like, can I trust you? I don't know. Or even when it's a new person, when you've been betrayed, sometimes you're afraid to even open up your heart and everything to a new person. But after some shuffling, very nice. I've been talking about 8-8, right? The Lion's Gate. And our new overall energy is Major Arcana card 17, the Star. 17, of course, equals 8. The Star represents the sign of Aquarius. There is an Aquarius full moon this week on the 3rd. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism. Fear with hope. And joy is coming home to roost. I knew this was going to turn around and be a happy reading despite where we started. I'm going to do the spread from the masculine perspective first, beginning with the feminine energy. And it is the 10 of fire, 10 of wands. Too much work, accept help from others. Life is out of balance, and that can cause stress-related health concerns. Remember the die that said 50-50 in the beginning? I said it could be about balance and stuff. Give and take, the need for all of that. So this is like one person feeling like they're carrying the full burden. In this case, the feminine, carrying the weight of the relationship on her shoulders. That could be her own, I don't want to use the word fault, but maybe because she hasn't communicated how she feels. So that's why she's not sharing. Or, as in the case potentially of the air signs and the water signs, maybe somebody's not treating you the way you deserve, or respectfully, possibly. The masculine as it relates to the feminine this week, the Queen of Autumn, thoughtful, caring, creative, and ingenious. You'll be given advice that's both practical and creative, and it should be followed precisely. Focus only upon the positive in every situation or person. The Queen of Autumn is a Taurus, Virgo, or Capricorn, or someone like into those traits or attributes. And this is a nurturing energy. And that, I think, is the guidance here. Again, somebody is feeling like they're carrying, the feminine in particular, they're carrying the full load, the full burden. It's the masculine's duty and, job to sort of relieve her of that. Say, give me half of it at least, or I'll carry the whole load for a while. You've been carrying it for a while. And for some, it may be more literal. That could have to do with like finances or something. Maybe one lost the job. Maybe the feminine lost her job. The masculine is going to carry the weight. Masculine as it relates to himself this week. And it is the King of Winter, the King of Swords. He is intelligent, impartial, respected, and unemotional. At this time, it's very important that you communicate clearly, be objective and unemotional, and act as professionally as possible. If you need advice, seek out the most experienced expert that you can find. The King of Swords is a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. A very no-nonsense kind of person. Says what he means what he says. Very diplomatic, can help you to figure out a conflict, and everybody take responsibility. Everybody carry some of the weight. So that's a healthy energy. The masculine as he feels about the union or connection as a whole this week. And it is another Ace of Pentacles. Boom. You can expect a windfall of abundance, such as money, timely assistance, a serendipitous meeting, or rewarding advice. You may be offered a fabulous new job or a promotion, or the prospect of a profitable business venture or investment. Very nice. Overall, Major Arcana card 11, Strength, represents the sign of Leo. And again, we have it in any and every area of your life. So in aspects of like love, finances, work, general, spiritual, health. Strength is always a positive card. It means that we have the ability, the wherewithal to face any and everything that comes our way. Of course, there's a big lion on this card. And again, the Lion's Gate. Our reading ends on the 8th, which is the day that people will be celebrating the Lion's Gate and saying that 8/8 portal is open and we can go through and heal and or join, sort of solidify our partnerships. True strength is displayed through kindness, forgiveness, and compassion. You have tremendous personal power and courage. What energy the masculine would have the feminine give to the union or connection this week if it were up to him? Love. The 10 of summer. And for her to express herself to him. It's time to express your love and appreciation for family, be it relatives or a chosen family of close friends. Congratulations may be in order on a happy, fulfilling marriage, as well as raising happy and balanced children. Cool. Let's move these over a little bit. What energy he himself is willing to give. He's willing to do the work. Having come to an understanding, what you get in is what you get out. It's the perfect time to learn all you can by returning to school, taking a seminar, or conducting research. Do your best work, and the law of attraction will bring you prosperity and career advancement. We got another 8 here. There was so many eights in the general. What the universe would have each or both archetypes do, and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm, because we have free will. We don't have to do what the universe says for us to do. And it is probably communication, with the Knight of Swords showing up here. Decisive, focused, driven, and impulsive. Also, the need to make a decision, and or we're awaiting a decision so that we can take some sort of action. The Knight of Swords, like the King of Swords, is a Gemini, Libra, Aquarius, or someone likened to those traits or attributes. Get ready for progress to speed up. This situation requires you to choose logic and intellect over emotion, and to make your decisions quickly. And the outcome. Boom. It's the Ace of Swords again, too. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. So what is this saying? It's saying that it's going to require work. It's going to require communication. There may even be some conflict. There may even be some debate, petty arguments, minor arguments and conflict, so kind of a struggle to get here. There may be, maybe like pulling teeth to get the feminine to open up, probably because she's been hurt before. But in the end, a new beginning nonetheless. And this is that Aquarius energy. So, right, with the full moon, things end. And then we have new beginnings. So this is, I think, representative of the winter or air or swords of the sign of Aquarius, the Aquarius full moon. It's going to bring some old energies to an end, and then we're going to have this new beginning. That might be a little bit bumpy or rocky, but it's a new beginning nonetheless. Now I want to do another spread, mixing these up again, focusing only on the 6th of August or the 15th of Av is the proper name in Hebrew tradition. Three of Earth had fallen from the floor. Boom. This is the Two of Fire, Two of Wands, which is the Soulmate or Twin Flame card of the tarot. You've come into your own. New partnerships or contracts continue to move forward. What else is upright, if anything? It's the Six of Pentacles. Now, this is one of my favorite cards. So remember the Six of Pentacles in reverse was our overall energy when we first started in the Rider-Waite Tarot. And I didn't mention it then. I started to. But in reverse, it's not my favorite. Upright is my favorite because this is a card of unconditional love. Again, the ability to give and receive without agenda. Like just giving because I'm giving, or I'm open up because I'm open and I'm receiving, having, nothing to, like, you don't owe me anything. And I'm not doing it so you'll give me anything. If you do give me something, that's awesome. That's awesome, right? But there's no, you don't have to. It's just genuine, unconditional love. And being right here behind the Twin Flame or Soulmate card, I think is pretty awesome. And there's been a wait, right? We've had to be patient for this to come up. And some of us still may have a decision to make. And even now that it's here, like, now what? Now what do I do? You may be under stress because of multiple jobs or too many responsibilities for one person to manage. Or you lack balance, right? It's important to balance your work and your personal life and to bring a spirit of fun to all you do. All right. What's the next card? A 2 is upright. The Knight of Cups. He is romantic, flirtatious, introspective, and enchanting. A deeply emotional and probably romantic experience will sweep you off your feet. Things can move very quickly during such whirlwind encounters, so stay balanced and make decisions with both your heart and your intellect. He is a Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio, or someone like into those traits or attributes, and he may be somebody who's coming back into your life, who was out of your life, and now they're returning. That can often mean what the Knight of Cups is about. Then we have Major Arcana card 7, the Chariot, which represents the sign of Cancer. Again, where Venus will enter this week. You can successfully balance, here's that word balance again, various or opposing energies at once through determination and focus. You've earned the rewards and recognition that you're receiving. This may be connected to a stop and go relationship. Like we feel like we start going and then we get stuck, and then we start going and we get stuck. Could be tied to that. Maybe finally movement again, coming out of that stuck position. The Chariot is a card that is about movement or moving or travel or modes of transportation, planes, trains, automobiles. It's also a major card of victory in the tarot. And boom. How awesome is this? Major Arcana card 17, the Star again represents the sign of Aquarius. Can be about online dating, using technology to communicate and connect, prayers answered, wishes granted, dreams coming true. So it's about manifestation. You're about to take a big leap forward with your life. Worry will be replaced with optimism, fear with hope, and joy is coming home to roost. So who's been praying for movement or to move in together? Because you had the double aces before. That can be what double aces mean. Sometimes moving, cohabitation and moving in together with somebody from your past, maybe your ex, getting back together, or movement finally, or again in a relationship that was stagnant, not moving, or you hadn't even entered a relationship, like you have your eye on them, they have their eye on you, but it's taking years. Like, when are we ever going to try to make a move? And now there's movement. Maybe we've been very, very patient, to say the least, and finally in balance. My energy matches yours. It's reciprocal and makes this possible. So I want to do Divine Being or Couple on the 15th of Av or the 6th of August. So we're starting out conflicted. Occasionally, you may experience clashes with others. If you decide the matter is worth your energy, then do what you can to minimize the conflict without sacrificing your own goals or beliefs. If you can avoid conflict, you should. Like, we don't have to fight every single fight. That the Page of Swords means that too. I don't think I mentioned that with the Page of Swords. So recent past, a little bit now, moving a little bit more positive, moving into positive energy. The Princess or Page of Wands, energetic, outgoing, optimistic, and creative. Creative opportunities that you feel passionate about are fluttering your way. Personal growth and broadened horizons will spark fresh and original ideas. The Princess of Spring is a Sagittarius, which I keep talking about Sagittarius, Aries or Leo, or someone like into those traits or attributes, maybe younger or youthful. Near future, boom, again, the strength to face any and everything that comes your way. Strength is a super positive card as it relates to love, but it, money, love, general, everything. True strength is displayed through kindness and compassion. So in the near future, we may be able to finally muster up the energy and the guts to say, I forgive you, or I'm sorry. You have tremendous personal power and courage. So that's how you're going to be able to do it. Masculines, higher self, Ace of Winter. So he wants the new start, but it's not going to be easy. And it's definitely going to require being honest and getting to the truth of the matter, which is what the Ace of Swords is all about. Implementation of your brilliant new idea may get off to a rocky start, but keep going. The challenges will help you to refine your plan and to reshape your goals into something even better. So if you do your part, the universe will help you to manifest a good situation. Any goals, any blocks or challenges to connection, at least energetically, on the 15th of Av? No, opportunity. The Knight of Wands, passionate, charismatic, confident, and restless. An opportunity arises that needs your attention right away. Moving quickly is important, yet There's nothing that you can't handle if you follow your own inner guidance. So what can the feminine do to help herself in this regard, to like pursue that opportunity? Boom. Maybe second chances. Maybe going to that crossroad and deciding, where do we go from here, if anywhere? Also, judgment is about abundance that is earned. So be in a receiving like mood, like be in a position to receive. A lot of us are closed off to that. We got these two twos sitting next to each other. That's interesting too. What the masculine can do to help himself with the opportunity, just take a chance, take a risk, right? Do what your heart has been telling you to do or is telling you to do now. You are starting a new adventure. Run free and take a leap of faith for a change. Says Major Arcana card 0, the Fool. What would the universe have us do, to each or both, to help ourselves, and even wants to help us with, but we have to first affirm because we have free will. And you saw that she was in reverse. So I think that's a message too. Like he wants to help us get to the bottom of this situation with this Queen of Wands in reverse. Whoever that person represents in our lives, if it applies. But flipping it over and having it apply to us, the Queen of Wands is talented, brilliant, independent, and charming. Don't underestimate your ability to manifest your dreams. You may have several priorities vying for your attention at once. You may have a lot going on, maybe carrying the full load, carrying the 10 of Wands, a full burden, but you can do it. And the universe wants to help you. And the outcome. Boom! The Page of Cups. Sensitive, kind, open-hearted, and inexperienced. You can expect to kindle a new romantic relationship or a close platonic friendship. You may suddenly receive an emotional message from someone or be invited to a social event, like a dance maybe, right? Just like King Solomon would have had you do. And let's see what advice further. So further advice from these cards for the masculine is the Two of Winter. You got to make a decision, and it's a decision that you've been trying to avoid making because what you want to do, what's in your heart to do, won't necessarily make somebody else happy. Maybe your mother. Maybe it's going to piss her off, and so that's why you've been not making a decision, but it's time to choose for you and stop trying to be a people pleaser. Procrastination and worrying about what others will think is blocking you from making a decision. If you're torn between your own desires and someone else's, follow your inner guidance. And for the feminine, boom, it's another Ace of Spring, Ace of Wands. A wonderful new opportunity presents itself. It may have come as a surprise, but you'll still want to leap into action and to passionately pursue every possibility. I hope you guys have enjoyed the reading. If you did, please hit the like button, give it a thumbs up. Also, if you're not yet a subscriber, please consider becoming one by hitting both the subscription button and the bell button. If you don't mind sharing, I appreciate it. Please do. Also comment. I try to answer every single comment that I receive. The problem is lately I've found that I'm not receiving them all. Like YouTube has been filtering them or something, I guess. And so I don't see them all. But if I see it, I'm going to answer. There was something else I wanted to mention. Oh, I just found out today that apparently they've been putting ads in the middle of the videos, and that's been annoying people. If your video is like over 40 minutes long, which a lot of mine tend to be, then they've been automatically putting ads in the middle. And people are losing subscribers, like people are getting pissed off and unsubscribing. So I just learned about that today on YouTube, and I made a post about it on YouTube, but I was not aware. So if it's been happening on my channel, I do apologize, and I'll try to get that fixed. Thanks again, everybody. Namaste.